Shut up and sit down.
Psychology Essay. Essay on Psychology for Students and Children in English. The scientific study which deals with mind and behavior is known as psychology. Philosophers and psychologists mainly conducted the study of the mind. The main distinguishing factor between psychology and philosophy, which is a very closely related field, is that the former subject emphasizes science and particularly scientific methods. When a psychologist emphasizes the mind, that means the process and contents of subjective experience, such as thoughts, emotions, and sensations. Behavior is the only thing that can be directly measured. Therefore, behavior and mind are kept separated as long as the action can be observed and measured in a systematic way. It may be considered as a type of behavior. The obvious activities such as gesturing, talking, moving about, and the activities of cells within the brain and internal feelings and thoughts are all considered as types of behavior. By studying or knowing some aspects of psychology benefits an individual hugely, as it helps them learn not only about how brain generally works but also how to use critical thinking in particular situations. Although the study of psychology cannot solve all the problems faced by an individual, it does help in offering techniques to handle one's emotions, eliminates unwanted habits, improves memory as well as positive influences, and manipulates a person. Society shapes the way an individual acts towards any other individual, so there is already a psychology present that is taking place. Cognitive and educational psychology helps in demonstrating motivation in someone's everyday lives, dealings, and gives confidence, which improves the leadership quality of an individual. Psychologists aim at the study of an organism's effort to adjust itself to varying conditions both within its environment and itself, because the adjustments to inner and outer urges of the body is a constant process. Psychology has saturated practically all fields of human behavior, even though it's very new compared to other sciences. Psychology's impact has started to be felt in industries, guidance centers, businesses, clinics, and education, and it is no longer just a subject of academic interest. Depending on their field of specializations, psychologists engage in many things. For example, experimental psychology deals with experimental methods to study human behavior, like how an individual reacts to sensory stimuli, learn and remember things and events, or their action based on the organic needs or due to their desire for status in society. Physiological psychology deals with the relationships between bodily behavior and processes. Some other specializations in psychology are social psychology, developmental psychology, clinical psychology, counseling psychology, etc. The desire to understand the psychological processes by which a man lives is something that he harbored ever since he was able to think. Several psychologists have followed the Pavlovian line of thought and studied animal psychology and experimented upon the phenomenon of resistance, avoidance, discrimination, reinforcements. Numerous psychologists are also working on psychophysiological studies of wakefulness and sleep. Psychology has touched practically all aspects of human and animal behavior, both from applied and theoretical views, almost all over the world. 10 lines on psychology essay in English. The study of mind, its feelings and thoughts and behavior, along with the study of conscious and unconscious phenomena, is called psychology. An understanding of the emergent characteristics of brains is sought by psychologists and all variety of phenomena linked to the emergent properties. In this way, it joins the broader neuroscientific group. A professional researcher or practitioner of psychology is called a psychologist, and they can be classified as cognitive, behavioral, or social scientist. Psychologists explore the role of mental functions and social behavior in an individual. The underlying process of psychological and biological cognitive behaviors and functions are also something that psychologists attempt to understand. Cognition, attention, emotions, subjective experiences, brain functioning, personality, perception, functioning, and intelligence are all the types of mental processes and behavior included in research by psychologists. The interaction between individuals, including psychological resilience, family pliability, and interpersonal relationship, are all explored by psychologists. Psychological knowledge is mostly used to assess and treat mental health problems, as well as it is also used to understand and solve problems in various ranges of human activities. Major portions of psychologist practices therapeutic roles in clinic, counseling, or schools. Nowadays, psychologists are also employed in industrial and organizational programs, which include human development and aging health, media, sports, as well as forensic investigation and other aspects of the law.